period.
No Gnar, no Cannon, no Renekton, no Cassante, Rumble, Aurora.
There's no safe ranged pick into the Jax because Twisted Fate's kind of countered. I guess this is your best
Jace
bet.
would be the only thing.
Yeah, I think it's your best bet. And
it feels like very weird with this comp.
You don't have a lot of ways to set up for poke, so it is quite awkward. It feels very gankable as well. GP is actually the answer. I feel like GP is way better.
Ooh.
I kind of forgot about GP, but they're going to go for the Jace instead. I think Zeus is perhaps more comfortable with this pick. It does have some synergy with the Sejuani. So does the GP, but anyways. The Yone Jace setup here is very awkward. You can just chip away at health bars and then Rel goes in. I don't think Guma can skirt this. Will be seen. Right?
Yeah, there's just no way to get past those two wards.
I got tricked by the toggle, though. I was like, I'm pretty sure they see him. There's no way. Well, that is the question at the moment.
Lauren Morgan has greater plans.
He's just going to stop the Sejuani from jungling. They don't have vision, but they're very aware of the possibility.
Spotted pretty late, actually, as Guma probably going to have to flash away from this one. Nope, just going to cleanse, but the sun comes in onto Keria, taking a bunch of poke himself.
Do they push them out of lane, but we'll be able to take this dragon as well, as Fate laning well into Faker again.
Yeah, just quirky things.
Being able to trade anything back as Owner shows up. As level 6 himself. Pay attention to this level 6.
He has 51 CS. He's just been power farming. And he hasn't done anything else this game, and guess what? It's a very similar first blood. This time it's over to Zeus, though, instead of Guma, like we saw in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, Owner did such a great job with the vertical jungling as Envy's in trouble.
He's taking a whole bunch of damage. They push him out before the dive even really begins.
He's close to 6. I don't think he is. Envy just hit his.
Yeah, not quite. Guma's going to back away from the duo as he still has his flash. As now the engage comes on in. Guma is going to be stunned and eventually goes down, but this is a lot that they have to commit to here. They do just trade 1 for 1. I can say that it is good for Bro, though, as it is just their support, I believe, that did go down. Yep, Braum, and it was...
And did have that level 6 for the gank, as this is scary.
Yeah, just trying to face check into this one. Now Poppy and Braum are very impactful, but the door finally gets held here, but it's still a ton of damage going into everybody as they just stand in it behind the door, but man, they did quite a lot. It's now Envy.
Holds the door, but it's not going to be able to block all of that bullet time. So a lot of pressure in this bottom lane. They really desperately want that final plate. As Palu's going to show up. We'll get all of them.
Yeah. And, well, a little bit of a flurry of attacks in the mid lane. But at the end of the day, this 1v1 is going to happen once again. Guma doesn't have his ult, actually. He's taking a lot of damage already as Envy is looking to take this trade, but eventually does elect to back away. And Rain comes down. Guma's still very low on mana. And Envy might look to push the issue here, as here comes Palu looking to land a Q of his own, and it's just going to be Envy and also an assist given over to Palu.
Yeah, Envy just sees blood in the water there, knows Guma doesn't have ult, and he can just weave his W's through the minions and hit those auto attacks as Envy. He get punished.
Yeah, Envy going for the cleanse as another stun is going to land, and that is just easily collected by Zeus, who is quite fast on the Jace. As now Palu's like, wait, where is everybody? Why am I here alone? What happened? Where am I?
To maybe get something back. But then over here, let's see what he has to say during this play, because he knows he can W through.
That's what he said. He said, I'm fighting.
And they're all going to check to see if Keria is rotating over. You can see on the map they have no vision of where Keria is, so very scary.
And Envy plays this very well. You never want to just sit in range of the MF autos. You want to be in and out as the Ezreal with a lot more mobility. And so down there, he was helping push, and he's like, all right, now I'm going to lean against the Jace. And ever since then, it's been really rough. As now we get another engage. It's another Chemtech Soul. Man, is Ox sleeping over there? Like,
and doesn't have a turret there. As going to see any commitment to anything here. The Observers are scaring us with the vision toggle. Is somebody hiding behind?
Yeah, I mean, Keria was there. I don't think he is there.
Oh, he is!
He's still here! The long-term gambit, as this is a Corki with flash, so we'll see if he can get out of this one. Yeah, he just, well, presses his flash.
In my game 2 of Bro versus T1 Round 2 2024 LCK Summer?
They just don't really have a good answer except bringing the whole team over to stop it, which this time they have. Basically the whole team. 4 members, and Zeus just runs away. Flash comes in from Paulo, and now Faker's going to get a big engage, does get hit away, but now has to come back. Very awkward for him, but he still has his flash, and now they're looking to turn it as the MF ult is going to get some nice damage down and really just taxi the rest of Bro away from this fight. As T1 still on the chase here, Zeus is gigantic. Rarely hit the shock blast. There it is, goes on to the Jax as Morgan, another one to fall.
I mean, this game is essentially just a wash. I mean, it's a tough matchup for the Jax, but super easy to... Oh boy, Envy.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. Oh boy, Carrier comes out of left field, and down he will go as Faker gonna lock him up, and Palu also on the run, getting taxied down himself.
And by a little bit, I mean, they lost 0-2 to Nongshim in just one series. No shade on losing to Gen G, because everybody's lost to Gen G, but...
It feels like maybe the one person that Morgan could kill is Faker, and now he's got some help from Fate to come on over. Faker's so low, and he will be taken out with that empowered auto. Morgan super low himself. Just
resources that T1 have to use, so look at this. Zaya's pushing top. Well,
oh, that's not gonna work. Nice try, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. He's gonna flash, and again, engaged Braum isn't a thing. We know this.
Bounty on this turret here in the top lane. But the gold lead here is just so massive. And they even get this inner in the bottom. I mean, yeah. He's not going to be able to get that back.
Definitely third item.
Yeah, I would say so.
100%.
Does he get a third item in this game?
That's another question. That was a nice slow, actually. Make a rain onto 3 people. Guma is very much out of position, but so is Youngjae. He's just going to be taken down, and Guma just blasts away. Meanwhile, the rest of Bro is just on the run as in comes Carrier, gets an engage on a 2, but the Braum is doing a good job on the disengage. Not going to help out Envy here as he goes down to Faker's max range ultimate. Going to land it this time.
Just back on the horse, Valdez. It looks like this team is crushing Bro the way you would have expected them to do. If you looked back, if you turned back time to before that Gen G series, before the Nongshim series.
Similar, oh no. I thought he was out. I was like, man, Fate, you're okay, right? Okay, flash away, actually, he's playing it very well.
I mean, this teleport, though, means...
Goes back in, and actually, Zeus is just gonna die. It's 1,000 gold to Corky.
Soul Point is potentially on the cards. Oh,
whoa! Did Bro even realize? They're like, oh crap, we gotta get out of here. What do we do? Giga Chad goes for the engage, I guess, as now the front line is just being bombarded by MF as everybody comes in. Faker now is going to join the fight, looking for the ult. Everybody backs away, and now Morgan's just going to be bullied in this front line, taken out as a lot of low health bars.
Soul Point. There's no more turrets. Yeah, he almost dies. Well, there's no more turrets.
Well, the Bros gave it their all, and they're not done yet. They've got a TP behind T1.
I mean, Faker is trying to end the game. Meanwhile,
this is one way, I guess, to engage, as they are going to get Harriet out. That doesn't really do much. Here comes Faker. Is going to find the backline. Just assassinates Envy. That is how far ahead they are. As finally Morgan comes in, but even MF. Guma's just going to ult him in the face and just put an end to this game number 2 as Bros have suffered enough, and T1 are back on the horse. They get 2-0'd, but now they 2-0 Bro, and they're looking back in form as they will take this 2-0 tonight.
2-0. Game 1 a little rough around the edges. Game 2 a little bit more fun here from T1, but a much more dominant performance as Zeus locks in the Jace for the matchup into the Jax. It was the one part of the draft we were like, you know, will it work with the comp? It turns out he was the comp. All of it.
Yeah.
All are back in full form, but they look way better than they did at the start of this week.
Okay. Yeah. You see that Bro try to send it one final time, and that they did. Listening to the palms. Just calling out, you know, Morgan's behind them. Jax. Penta, but they're like, there's no Penta. So, yeah, still having a bit of fun at the end of the game, which is nice to see. Thank you, says Guma, I think.
I thought it was Curious saying that Zeus is so cool, and then he said thank you, but I'm not